Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thing on the outside and in between. I am Banana Milkshake, and it is time for this month's Dev Diary for Prehistoric Kingdom. So this time, the main focus is Satff, which if you've been playing the game for a while, you know that's been kind of lacking a little bit. Then with Satff is going to be a little bit of like pen keeping, and then we get some updates on the PaleoPedia and a teaser for the next update. Stay tuned. So the next update will be including Satff and the Plesiosaurus from the last revealed in the last dev blog. There will be laborers, keepers, and other visuals is still a heavy work in progress. But first, we have the loading bay. The loading bay is a module that imports resources for the animals and the guests. This building can only hold a small amount of items, relying on staff to distribute supplies throughout the park. When resources have been collected by staff, a truck will depart to replace your missing inventory, returning later in the month. Downtime between deliveries can be improved by purchasing up to 2 additional trucks per loading bay. So that's interesting. So you'll have like a constant like shipment supply, which I guess makes sense because like actual zoos, but like a constant shipping supply back and forth for like food and whatnot. Since the loading bay can run out of room, you'll need to eventually expand your storage. Storage modules for goods can produce and be strategically placed around the park to shorten delivery times in the long term. In Prehistoric Kingdom, this is a physical process. Laborers will walk from the loading bay to storage modules transporting the required goods. There is no global park-wide resource pool. Each storage building has its own internal stock and demand physical interactions from the laborer or keeper in order to retrieve the resource. Players can selectively block certain resource types when selecting a storage module, allowing you to flexibly customize how things are stored without having to clinically micromanage everything. Blocking a resource that's already in storage will have it removed by a laborer. So that's... I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. I think it could be cool, but like just now hearing about it, it sounds a little bit complicated. Oh, so you can use it to store more than like meals. Well, you can... Is it even for... I would have thought it was for enclosures or something, but no, looking at this, it looks like it's like storage for stores and whatnot. The laborer's primary role is to transport resources around the zoo, taking meals and merch from the loading bay or goods storage in order to restock kiosks, restaurants, and gift shops, so that visitors have products to buy. As mentioned, these staff members also take the responsibility for moving resources between storage modules. They like to move it. Oh, okay, I see what they did there. Keepers can produce from the loading bay, storage modules, or produce stations. They'll enter habitats via the new staff gates and restock feeders, providing your animals with food. Pretty cool, pretty realistic. Is that the new... Is that Leilanosauria? How do you say that? From the, That's cool, we get to see a little bit more of Leilanosauria. I hope I'm saying that right in there, but that's pretty cool. I like that. You can see a work in progress refill below. We intend to make keepers push wheelbarrows once it's all finished. That's pretty cool. Does he just like leave the wheelbarrow there? Look, he just kind of drops it. But again, that's not even done, so I bet you'll probably still have it. Seeing staff running around exhibits really gives us an appreciation for how big these animals were, and highlights how massive these feeders are. Those are some big feeders. Thinking about it, yeah. Whoa. Of course, after animals have eaten, they'll also poop. Keepers ensure that habitats stay clean by taking dung to the nearest compost heap for conservation into compost. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's sweet. Produce stations. Compost is delivered to produce stations by laborers. It's where these modules that player can grow their own food supply, converting compost into edible plants, fruit, meat, fish, or insects for the animals. Well, I don't know how you're gonna turn that into meat, but more power to you. Without compost stations, produce stations will continue to generate food, but will do so at a heavily reduced rate. You'll need a decent amount of poop to keep these things going, but the gains are worth it. Modular Group AI. As part of our ongoing UI developments, we completely revamped the interface for selecting modular groups and items. It's refreshed, minimalized, and highly contextual for the group's contents or selected pieces, my bad. Clicking on a group now shows all of the module information inside, allowing players to easily view things like loading bay contents, storage modules, or change an animal information sign. You can collapse each widget individually or hold the shift key to collapse all the widgets at once. These widgets will show up while editing a group too. Simply select the item you want to view and the widget will appear exactly like the group menu. No more jumping back and forth. That's really... I love that. That's a heavy improvement. With selecting group access with lights, you'll be able to access a brand new lighting tab from here. Players will have the option to permanently toggle their lights on regardless of the time of day. Indoor exhibits builders rejoice. So those are some heavily needed changes, in my opinion. I always thought that the menus and stuff were like really confusing and difficult to navigate, but with this new update, I think, and then the thing I was just talking about earlier, with all like the staff stuff, it's with these new menus, I think it's gonna be way easier to navigate. I'm excited for it. Since the last dev diary, we've added the PaleoPedia to the PTB. This can be accessed at any time from the left side of the screen, making it perfect for habitat construction or learning more about your creatures. That is a godsend, because when I'm playing, it's like such, at least for me, it's such a hassle to go all the way back to the nursery to figure out how much of something they need. Or like, I don't know, it was just annoying to go back and forth. From the home page, players can filter the search results by biome, time period, contents, diets, and even animal size. In the future, we'll be expanding the PaleoPedia to include articles for dig sites and eventually paleobotany. It is important to learn more about a prehistoric world, and we hope that the PaleoPedia can be a resource for that with time. Now, we just got a little bit of animal texture updates. Small little improvements. This is a subtle layer of bumpy skin and scratches that sits on top of the existing art assets. It is not noticeable at a distance, but helps greatly when observing these animals up close. I like that. Man, and like, I did not think that they had to detail these animals anymore. It's crazy. And the last thing about this update is that they talk about adding a new help menu with updated articles, detail how the games work and whatnot. Also really helpful. And revamping the game's notification system, which will be also more helpful and not as annoying as the previous ones. They say that Update 12 will be a content-focused release acting as a development buffer while we work on Update 13, which I don't think they released anything from Update 13. It's going to include a new map building theme. Oh, no, I guess they have. My bad. It's going to include a new map building theme and include 3 animals. Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus, and Hell Creek's very own, drumroll please, Armored Tank and Kylosaurus. Now, let me just say, I think he or she looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the design so much. And I hope that what happens is that they 3D a model this exact Ankylosaur right here. Beautiful. They say that this update will have a focus on making visitors smarter and properly utilize or suit of new animations to make guests feel more lively. We've had to upgrade our animation tech for update 11, so it'll be a great to properly stretch its muscles here. As a contribution of staff management, we'll be adding another new mechanic, messages. Through this menu, players will be able to negotiate employees' salaries and try to. Through this menu, players will be able to negotiate employee salaries, try to keep staff on board, and interact with the mission team. We feel that this would be a great way to humanize staff and make their lives more than just a UI element. Check out the concept art below, which you guys already been looking at. I think that's so fun. just texting people in a dinosaur park game. I'm excited for that. And then the emoji is top tier. Oh, they're texting with Nigel Marvin himself. That's so fun. I'm gonna love this new update. Like update 11, this will be a large mechanical update focused on the animals. We're aiming to improve their AI and behaviors with awareness, sociality, and herding. There's not too much else to say at this stage, but we cannot wait to share more. And yeah, that's the dev diary in May. It's got me pretty psyched for a lot of this. I'm really excited. I feel that they did a very good job with getting me excited. And who knows, I may start streaming this again. I may start just making videos of it. Yeah, just make sure you come back to my channel so you know and get to see all the new stuff. You should, if you want to get back to my channel, you should subscribe, because I'm going to be covering this update when it releases, and I'll be posting more videos like this, live streams. So if you want to catch all that, make sure you're subscribed and you have the notification bell on so you can get notified of when this stuff comes out. If you enjoyed, give it a like, and you should comment down below what you are most excited for in these upcoming updates. Bye.